Hi, Mrs. Leidig's class. Sorry I'm not there today. Today you're going to learn a brief history of rock and roll music. So last week we talked about the blues. What were some instruments that you heard in the blues? If you're not sure, you can flip back in your genre packet and check it out. So go ahead. What were some instruments that you heard a lot of when we were listening to the blues? What did you say? Did you get drums? Maybe piano? Usually a singer? Bass? Maybe a guitar player? All those things are right. Eventually, the guitar became more and more important, and the guitar kind of became the star of the show, and then musicians even started using electric guitars. When this started happening, blues music kind of changed into something different, which really was rock and roll. Rock and roll started in the 1950s, so write this down in your genre packet. Rock and roll started in the 1950s, and it was music that parents didn't want their kids to listen to. In fact, Elvis Presley got in trouble for the way he would shake his hips back and forth when he was dancing, which you'll see in a video of Hound Dog that you're going to watch in a couple minutes. And yeah, rock and roll has really continued to change as it's moved throughout the years, which you're going to hear. So in the 50s, you are going to hear music from Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Ritchie Valens. And then in the 60s, you're going to hear music from the Beatles. And then we're going to move in and hear some music from Jimi Hendrix, which was a very famous guitar player, and he made the electric guitar sound different by using what's called distortion on his amplifier, which gives it that like kind of hard rock grainy sound. We're going to hear the Beatles in the 60s. Did I already say the Beatles? I don't even remember. Sorry. As we get into the 70s, we'll also hear Queen. So you're listening to a little bit of Bohemian Rhapsody. And we'll get into the 80s and hear synthesizers become really popular. So you'll hear that in Van Halen's Jump. We'll move into the 90s and listen to some of the grunge rock by Nirvana. And we'll move into current days with Imagine Dragons' Believer, which I think that today rock and roll music it really is kind of a blend of pop and rock. So I think Imagine Dragons you could call either a pop group or a rock and roll group. But that's just kind of the way things are today. So you're going to listen to lots of different styles of rock and roll music and look at some different videos. While you're watching the videos, notice what people are wearing. So check out what Buddy Holly and the Beatles and the Big Bopper are all wearing compared to what Jimi Hendrix is wearing, compared to the suits that the guys in Queen are wearing, compared to the guys in Van Halen, because it changes a lot. All right, hope you enjoy our rock and roll music, and I'll see you next week.